Terrale Tempo in demand here this evening at the Reality of Wrestling. Chris Russo, we have seen perhaps the most dangerous side of Terrale Tempo in recent months.
Yeah, and ever since coming up on the losing end of that cage match, that devastating cage match, yeah, I think retribution is the #1 thing on Terrale Tempo's mind.
Carolina Teague, there he stands, loud and proud, ready to deliver some devastation.
You gotta give Tempo credit. He still stands tall, no matter what.
Aspirations of these diamonds, no lights, we blinding. Think they forgot who the fuck I am, let me remind them. I put me in position that wouldn't listen. Talking about that fruition, saying I would do it. Told me they was trying to eat, so I took a position.
Ice Williams, a WWE ID prospect. We have seen him on Evolve. We've seen him several times here on Reality of Wrestling Platinum. And he is well on his way, Chris.
This is the biggest task facing Ice Williams since signing or becoming a WWE ID prospect. I am very intrigued about what we'll see tonight.
He's 2-0 in the WWE ID opening round men's record, so let's see how it goes.
All right, here we are kicking off the action. This is Raw Platinum.
It's one thing to go up against other WWE ID talent. It is another thing to go up against the real deal Holyfield, someone that represents. That's why I think this is the biggest task to date.
I think that's an excellent point. And Carolina Teague, I'd like to hear what you think about that, because obviously we've seen a lot of WWE ID guys. They're battling one another. The women are battling one another. Terrale Tempo, this is a homegrown reality wrestling star, multiple-time champion here. It's a different environment.
Yeah, this is different for him, but this is not something he isn't used to. Tempo's been here for quite some time.
Not 1.5.
Tempo's been here quite some time, so this isn't brand new to him.
Well, Ice Williams, though, looks a little bit gamesmanship after that quick schoolboy. Almost got to get in the head of Tempo.
Sure.
Maybe caught him off guard.
I like how Ice is trying to get into Tempo's mental early on. That's a great tactic.
Although, let us not forget the looming ominous presence on the outside, another member of the Command, Big Luther. He is looking beefy tonight.
I think he's Big Luther. That's my best attempt.
Lemon Pepper Luther.
Lemon Pepper Luther in the building. And a big shoulder block.
Talk about lemon pepper wings.
Yeah, right. Some damage to the shoulder, perhaps, from Ice Williams. Ice Williams, though, quite the athlete.
You see the velocity and the height on that. I mean, this is a test all the way through for Ice Williams, right? If you're Terrale Tempo, you're upset. You're upset that you don't have that ID contract.
I mean, but this here at Reality of Wrestling, last time we saw Ice Williams, he lost to Cap Jones because he was too busy looking forward to the future.
1, 2. Speaking of the future, why we love Back to the Future available on all your favorite book outlets. Got to plug a book there. Jokes aside, look at the athleticism from Terrale Tempo. Damn. And lightning just struck the Hillbilly Clock Tower. 1, 2, and a kick out.
Not the way Tempo wanted to start. I mean, again, any ill effects coming out of that cage match against Will Allday last time we saw Tempo? It was hellacious.
Yeah, a no-limit steel cage match, the second one ever. Terrale Tempo competing in both of them. Yeah. He and Will had a hell of a steel cage match between the two of them, and you're right, worse for wear. That's not something that you recover with in a day, in a week, in a month, even in a year.
Intensity through and through for Ice Williams. I think everything is going exactly to plan for this WWE ID talent.
Hello, McFly.
Carolina, stop being a butthead. Irish whip into the corner.
And notice that Big Luther has moved from one side. Oh, and exactly what I was thinking. So
Stepped on the
Wow,
hands.
he stepped on his toes.
Look at that. Perfect distraction. Perfect distraction for Terrale Tempo, the leader of the command.
knew something was scheming and conniving, and that was exactly the opening that Tempo wanted.
Interesting that we don't see Quentin Winters out here with the rest of the command, but nevertheless, Big Luther's enough backup.
Yeah, that's a great catch, Brad. Where is Quentin Winters?
I don't know, but right now, Ice Williams is trying to figure out where he's at, as Terrale Tempo has been able to capitalize ever since that little bit of a distraction from
Nice.
1, 2. Look at the bridge there from Tempo.
Does Terrale always have to have external help?
Part of the command. Leave the man alone. Decided to build a little army around him. And if it's going to help him,
King's nothing without its pawns, bishops, rooks, and knights.
Yeah.
And I think that Tempo's making the right strategic decision to slow this thing down. You know, I think if Jim Ross was sitting in my seat, he'd say that Ice Williams has a catch-as-catch-can style, if you will. And Terrale Tempo, ground and pound. This is a guy with an MMA background.
yeah, but look at the athleticism. Is this going to be that pop-up suplex?
Wow.
That is a thing of beauty each and every time I see it.
Row Nation loved that.
You can't help but give credit where it's due. And watch the vertical on that. Going for the cover here. 1, 2, and no, not enough. Ice Williams getting his shoulder up.
It's kind of like when you stab a knife into an ice tray and you try to take it out. It just kind of.
I
That's what it looked like.
I don't stab my ice, Carolina.
Oh.
And as Terrale Tempo now looking back at Ice Williams.
Oh.
Man, that European style uppercut.
Again, you talk about the type of talent, the level of talent, the experience of talent that you see on WWE Evolve, the WWE ID, versus someone like Terrale Tempo that's been at this for a very long time. The experience levels, the difference is staggering.
Swing and a miss there, Terrale Tempo. Ice Williams. How much of that was desperation, though, to try to get some offense back here?
Yeah, it was looking pretty close for just a second.
Wow. Hard shots. Holy smokes!
Man, wait a minute, cover. 1, 2. That could have been enough, not enough.
For a man that's got ice flowing through his veins, that's certainly a whole hell of a lot of fire we're seeing from Ice Williams.
Well, here's what's interesting about that. Incredible maneuver, but it looked like Ice Williams took a lot of the brunt of that as well. I wonder if that, maybe kind of cushioned the blow slightly for Terrale Tempo.
Oh.
Swing and a miss with the kick, and then he grabs by the hair. Hey, look.
Hey, don't have such long hair. Look at how pain did that.
Cover. 1, 2. And not enough, and Luther was almost in the ring at that one.
And yet, look at just that little moment. Wow. Costing Ice Williams right there, paying dividends.
1, 2, 3 in the center. It just took a moment, and that momentary distraction paid dividends for Terrale Tempo. An incredible victory.
And not only did it pay dividends, I want my statement. That's what Tempo said. He's making a statement right now.
Yeah, that was more than just a bank statement. That was a huge statement because a WWE ID prospect, Ice Williams, suffering a loss to the leader of the command.